This is either a very overpriced TV box or something that you can't use legally. The D6 Max from Digibox is yet another Android TV box that promises to replace all of your TV watching needs, including cable channels and streaming services, with a one-stop solution that can be yours for life for just a single fee of $328. And if you've ever seen one of these before, you're probably wondering, is this legal? And well, we'll get into all of that and much more in this video. But first, disclaimer time. Digibox sent me this product free of charge so I could review it, and they also provided me with a discount code so I could make sure you could get 5% off when buying this thing. However, I can't in good conscience promote this product, which is why I feel terrible telling you that you can use the code AlexTalksTech. No, seriously, we'll get into why I can't recommend this product, as well as the full legality, or lack thereof, of the D6 Max. Mind you, I'm not a lawyer, but if anything, that should make me more trustworthy.
Objection!
I'll allow it.
So we open up the box to find the D6 Max itself. And I will say, this does look and feel like a very well-built product. Next, we have a remote control, no batteries included. Then we have an HDMI cable that's about 4 feet or 122 centimeters long, a power brick with a USB-C connector at the end, and finally a small user manual. Now, that would normally be the end of it, but Digibox did actually send me a few extra items as well, as they are currently running a promotional deal where customers get 2 free gifts with their purchase of the D6 Max. So first, they sent me a power brick converter, which is not part of the promotional deal, but just because I live in the EU. But then they gave me a very nice 8K HDMI cable, which feels great. And finally, a mini keyboard, which, I could honestly spend hours going over the absolutely mind-boggling attempts at translating the original Chinese into what could best be described as English spoken by an alien who has only been on Earth for a total of about 14 minutes. Also, this thing seems pretty old given that they specifically state that it works with Xbox 360 and PS3. But hey, it's free and it does what it sets out to do, which is give you a small keyboard to easily type with. And that's it as far as the unboxing goes. So, much like fans of Roddy Ricch, I'm sure you're wondering, what is this box and what does it actually do? Well, in Digibox's own words, it's a smart media device that connects your regular TV to the internet and allows you to stream movies, watch live channels, browse the web, install apps, and mirror content from your phone. Basically, it's just like any other Android TV box, with a huge caveat. You see, once you boot it up for the first time and you get past the disclaimer, more on that in the next section, you're greeted with a screen that's basically empty except for the apps button. Once you open that, you'll find all of the pre-installed apps, which include YouTube and Netflix as the only streaming services, as well as a few other simple things, most notably the App Store. No, not the Apple App Store, just App Store. In here, there's a selection of apps you can install, including Paramount Plus, Prime Video, and so on, but the ones at the very top, which are all called Cat something, are clearly the main selling point of the D6 Max. Every one of them is a different variation of the same thing, a bunch of live TV channels, as well as a mishmash of various movies and TV shows that you can stream on demand. Now, I'm not going to show you any of the live TV channels, and as far as the on-demand stuff, I will keep it exclusively to stuff that is on streaming services that I'm currently paying for. Again, we'll get into the questionable legality of it all in a minute. As for how well it actually performs all of these things, here are the basics. The interface of the D6 Max itself is very snappy and responsive and generally performs pretty well. There are some loading screens when switching between apps and so on, but honestly nothing too egregious. The remote control works well enough too, and the voice command function does a good job recognizing what you're saying, at least in the testing I did. But I'm also old enough that whenever I use a voice-activated function of any kind, I tend to enunciate like a character in a comedy speaking to someone that doesn't understand English, so that does help.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The actual channels and the on-demand streaming stuff, however, is more of a mixed bag. Some of it loads almost instantaneously, whereas sometimes you'll run into things that take a lot longer to load or that flat out don't work at all. And that goes for both the content as well as the apps themselves. Some of the channels tend to glitch out and start playing the audio completely out of sync at times, and I've had zero success getting the so-called time shift playback to work no matter what I tried. As for the on-demand movies and shows, that part of the app is especially janky, with it being prone to crashes and slowdowns, as well as having one of the worst search functions I've ever experienced. Case in point, if you write the word Matrix, you get nothing, because you have to write The Matrix in order to get all 4 movies to show up, and the list just goes on from there. On a brighter note, there are a lot of ports on this box, including an SD card reader and several USB ports, which you can use to connect peripherals such as this cute little keyboard device. So that's a bonus. Anyway, let's get to the part that actually matters the most for this device. Is it legal? And well, it's complicated, which if you've ever found yourself on the dating scene should be a phrase that sends you running away as quickly as possible. You see, the device itself is completely legal on its own. You can buy this and use it without ever breaking the law, no problem. You can even install apps on it, such as Netflix and Disney Plus, and log on to your own accounts to watch stuff there, just like with any other TV box. The actual illegal stuff comes from the apps you download, and Digibox is well aware of this. That's why a solid third of the entire user manual is just a long disclaimer that's basically saying, this box is legal, but if you install any shady apps, you're liable, not us.
Please, don't sue us.
A similar disclaimer shows up as soon as you're done setting up the box for the first time, just to really underline that if you install any apps that allow you to break the law, it's certainly not their fault. And yet, as soon as you go into the apps folder, which is the only thing on the main screen, the first thing that's automatically selected is their proprietary app store. And the first thing selected in there is the Cat TV Plus app, which has access to hundreds of live TV channels and an untold number of movies and TV shows, albeit hidden behind a terrible search function. Make no mistake about it, this is the main focus of this device, and it's definitely the intended use case for the D6 Max. Allegedly, in my opinion. See, I can do disclaimers too. But yeah, I've seen this exact thing before with a very similar TV box that I reviewed earlier this year, and there seems to be a very clear pattern here. Sell a TV box that's marketed towards replacing all of your cable and streaming services for a medium-sized one-time fee, but hide those features away so they're not pre-installed on the device, and provide the users with a clear disclaimer telling them not to do illegal stuff. Of course, there might be some legal ambiguity elsewhere in all of this. Maybe some of these services are legal in some parts of the world, or maybe it's okay to use it to find stuff that you're already paying for elsewhere. I'm not a lawyer, so I honestly couldn't tell you. But if you do end up buying this thing, I'd advise you to look into the relevant laws regarding this stuff in your local area first. This leads to the big question. Should you buy the D6 Max? And I'm not going to bury the lead here. No, I don't think it's worth it. Look, there's 2 ways you can approach this thing. Number 1, you approach it as a pure TV box without ever using any of the included apps of questionable legality, in which case you get a pretty basic TV box with a decent interface that works well enough but is massively overpriced. You can get the same functionality and more for a much lower price elsewhere from a reputable company with a proven track record of support and customer service. Or, number 2, you intend to use this thing to sail the 7 seas, which again, I do not recommend. And you might think it's a good deal in that case, but let me explain to you why I don't think so. Maybe you think $328 is worth it because you can cancel all your streaming services and cable TV subscriptions. After all, it's a one-time purchase for a lifetime of stuff, right? Well, that's if they don't shut down for some reason, whether that be legal, financial, or otherwise. Digibox itself claims to have been around for over a decade, but their current website seems to only date back less than a year or so based on everything I'm seeing. And even so, there's no way to know if they'll still be around tomorrow, and all you're left with at that point is the massively overpriced Android TV box sitting in your living room. And like I said earlier, even when it is working, it is a pretty compromised product at best, at least in terms of the actual app experience. And all of that just to potentially break the law in quite possibly the least cool way? I'm just saying, if I was in prison, the TV box gang is probably the last one I'd want to join for protection. Look, ultimately, I don't like to tell people not to buy something when I know there are hardworking people on the other end relying on sales to feed their families. But the purpose of this channel isn't to drive sales, but rather to help people make informed decisions. Now, this is still a small channel at the moment, and I'm also trying to feed my own family, so I won't say I don't get tempted when companies offer me money to promote their products. But so far, I have turned down more money than I've made from this channel. I've done sponsored videos, but only when I actually believe in the product, and I have flat out refused to work with certain companies either because I didn't like the product they wanted me to promote or the way they wanted me to do it. All of which is to say, I don't wish any ill upon the people at Digibox. The people I talked to from their company seemed genuinely nice and like they wanted to do a good job. But at the end of the day, whether you're looking for a new TV box or you want to get rid of some of your streaming services, I do not think the D6 Max is worth it. That's it for this video. Do give it a like as it does help out the channel, which I'm gonna need if I keep turning down this easy money. Subscribe for more honest tech reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.